Dog, he chimed in, well, his girlfriend chimed in first, saying this might have been the last day we touch foot on Levi Stadium because we might not be out here next season. Brandon Aiyuk himself, he spoke up on his Instagram saying, don't forget what got you here. I emoji. Now, for context, Aiyuk only had 3 catches in the Super Bowl. Only had 3 catches. Shady, Kyle Shanahan, he's heard a lot of noise after a loss. Well, first off, you want to respond to the comments?
That was funny. That's the first time I've seen a quote from the girlfriend on TV. That was the first time, yo. Oh,
am I out of pocket?
No. Bro, do your job. I never seen it before.
This is my job.
Next, we're going to have some for pop, little bro. That's little cousin. You know what I mean? Everybody's making these quotes. Okay, cool.
Well, Aiyuk did speak up himself, and he said, don't forget what got you here. 2-5, Kyle Shanahan, been under a lot of scrutiny. But do you blame Shanahan for the loss?
No, I don't, right? I think we give some of the blame to him. It's a big pie here, big pizza. I think everybody gets a slice. I think the quarterback, he played well. There's some passes that he probably wants back. I think Brock Purdy could have made a couple more completions, but not blaming him for everything. The offense, collectively, coaching, quarterback, skill positions. There was a point in time where Patrick Mahomes and the offense couldn't get nothing going, and the Niners didn't do nothing about it. Patrick Mahomes gave you a turnover with a pick. He did nothing about it. The Chiefs gave you a fumble on their own, 5-yard line? You did nothing about it. So a lot of that blame goes to them, and then on the defense. I think the defense played well all game, but when it needs you most, the identity of this team is the defense. I didn't get no pressures late in the game. I didn't get no sacks late in the game. I didn't get no stops late in the game. So all this blame game that we like to do, it goes to everybody on that team. And then also, Brandon Aiyuk, his responses from the game, I love it, though. Yeah. Right? It shows you how much he really cares. And it's the day after the Super Bowl. So you always have them type of emotions going through your blood. I would do the same thing. You know, and he is right. I'm the real all-pro on this offense. No gimmicks, no schemes, none of this little magic tricks you try to do. I'm a real wide receiver. I get out there, I'll give you crazy work. I run routes on whoever it is, the top DB to the worst DB. And he is that good. If Kittle couldn't get anything going on because he had a shoulder injury, if Debo couldn't get anything going on because whatever happened, the running game was going well at times, and then they went away from it, I should be your next option. They didn't give it to him, so I feel what he's saying.
Would we give Shanahan the credit if they won?
Yeah, we would have, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So somebody's got to be responsible.
Oh, it's only right?
For the loss. I don't think it's all on Kyle Shanahan, but there was a gap in coaching. We saw that. We talked about it yesterday.
I didn't agree.
Some of us feel like there was a gap in coaching.
Most of y'all.
Not to be a big gap, but like you couldn't jump. You know what I mean? You'd probably have to get in a car, go like way back. You know, you might clear it. Someone has to be at fault here. Right. We would give him the credit if they won. We've got to give him some scrutiny for them losing. I also feel like it's pretty obvious they weren't fully prepared. I mean, the players talked about it. We might not want to agree with Aiyuk's, girlfriend's quote.
Girlfriend today. But Armstead and Juszczyk said they didn't know what the rules were. And Juszczyk, he went to
Harvard.
Oh, one of the smart schools.
Smart guy.
Ivy League, right?
Smart guy.
Smart guy.
One of them smart schools.
Smart schools. No, I mean, I think luck favors the prepared. This is the biggest moment of your career. This is the biggest moment of the season. This is the biggest moment in American sports. You should know all the details. You should be prepared. Now, there's some things that are going to happen that you won't be prepared for, but this is something that was obviously on the board. Overtime is something that happens. Knowing the rules is important, especially if they're new. So I think not that was the reason, but there has to be a reason. They didn't win. What was the reason they didn't win? We feel like Brock Purdy played well enough. Could he have been better? Sure. Why? Because they lost. Could the defense have been better? Sure. Why? Because they took the L. Kyle Shanahan could have been better and should be blamed somewhat for this loss because they didn't win. There has to be some answer to why they didn't get the job done. And it can't just be Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce are just a dynasty. Okay, yeah, that is a reason, and they are that. But something has to be the answer. Something has to be the reason. You were up by 10.
Yeah.
Okay, you took it to overtime.
Yeah.
You held them to no points for the first quarter. Right? Like
3 in the first half.
3 in the first half. You had your opportunity.
That is true. Wow, you're right.
Patrick Mahomes threw an interception. You had multiple fumbles. You had your opportunities.
Yeah,
so
sacks. Yeah.
how do you go 3 and out when you're up?
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row. And where could you have been better? It has to fall somewhat on Kyle Shanahan.
You want? You can defend him at the end, dog.
Let's keep it going.
Defend him at the end, dog.
That's 2-0 right now.
This is on Shanahan, right?
All or on?
All of it. From where I'm from, since my time in the National Football League,
Yes, sir.
Being in the playoffs a lot, winning a Super Bowl,
You did do that.
Playing at a high level, it's always either the coach or the quarterback, however you slice it. The coach or the quarterback. When you win, it's either the quarterback get all the praise or the coach get all the praise. When you lose, it's either on the quarterback or it's on the coach. Did the quarterback play well?
Yeah, well enough.
So it's on the coach then,
Well enough.
right? 3 times in a row where you have this lead, you go 3 and out. I don't know if you can, but from me watching the game, I can usually pick out a couple plays to where I'm like, gosh, Kyle Shanahan good. You see that play dialed up? I can't find one. Show me one.
The first touchdown, G. Jennings back to
Talking
McCaffrey.
trick play. One play, then.
You said you couldn't find one. I found it like that.
Okay, you talking trick play. Trick play. If you calling the trick play, one of them.
I mean, that don't
if you
count.
calling the trick play.
Because anybody, real quick, every coach in the football from the who's the worst team in the football? Who's the worst team? The
Yeah, but execution matters.
The Panthers.
Chiefs,
I'm saying, but you could.
Chiefs versus Raiders. How did they fumble the ball on a trick play? You remember because you was watching that game. You were probably there. So let's not start rewriting history.
One play on the trick play, that's cool. All I'm talking about, ball hike to the quarterback.
Stand this guy.
We can sit here and say,
your man.
gosh, at least Andy Reid dialed them plays up. For Kyle Shanahan,
he got a point with that though.
For Kyle Shanahan, we cannot sit here and say, dang, man, like, that's a heck of a call. He dialed them plays up. For you to have an all-pro tight end not involved in the football game, that's a problem. For you to have an all-pro receiver not dialed into the football game, that's a problem. The reason why Brandon Aiyuk is coming out saying that, because I've been the one balling on this offense all year long, right? And you not even giving me the targets I deserve, right? I don't like it, but I know what he's saying, right? I don't like it because basically you're saying other people on the team getting targets, they shouldn't be getting them, they should be coming to me. You know what I'm saying? But those is your teammates, so I don't like that. You know what I mean? That's basically saying I don't think Debo could win or whatever, in my opinion. But I do get what he's saying, right? We're not here if I don't make the plays that I made in that NFC Championship game. We ain't here if I don't make the plays that I made in the divisional round against the Green Bay Packers. When I'm involved in this offense, we're a really good offense. Kyle Shanahan did not get his players involved in this game and get them going early. His all-pro players, right? And that's a problem. I remember after one of the seasons, I went up and had a meet with Mike McCarthy, right? And Mike McCarthy said each day they choose a different player to watch their season, right? Let's watch Shady today. Let's see how Shady played during the season. Let's watch James today. Let's see how James played. Let's watch Joy. They pick a player, has a coaching staff. He said, we watch you today. He said, and one thing we took out of that ball game, he said, out of the film study, he said, I want to apologize to you. I'm like, what you want to apologize to me for? He said, because when we get you started early, you're a hell of a player. When we don't get you started early, and you get the ball in the third quarter or something, he said, you stink. And he told me just like that.
I like that
and
take.
He told me just like that. And I said, you're right, Coach. Mentally, I'm checked out. And it's been times to where I don't get the ball, and Aaron will be like in the third quarter, hey, JJ, you ready? No.
I'm cold.
Like, I'm checked out. And it's times to where I get in the rhythm in the football game early, and I'm a really good football player. Aiyuk was not involved in this game plan. 3 catches.
May I go?
Kittle was not involved in this game plan. 2 catches.
And before you go,
my goodness.
One thing I did notice when watching that game again yesterday, right, is that when all that trickery stuff don't work, you got to play football. Because like Andy Reid, I will say, Andy Reid, being with him for so long, he does have a couple little wrinkle dinks, little trick plays, right? But then when that's over with, we're trying to play football. When all the short passing game they wanted to do with the Chiefs, they took it away. Okay, now we got to throw this ball deep. McCoy Hartman, Travis, like they did these things. So my thing with Kyle Shanahan is this is why I give him some of that blame. It's like, yo, when things wasn't working out with all this misdirection and all that stuff, with deep sweeps and all that, we ain't gonna play football. Yep. We gonna turn an all-pro receiver that can beat anybody. When's he get a chance? Yep. When's our all-pro tight end who gets work out?
When I get a chance.
I'm just saying, so I want you to answer because, yo, when the trick plays do not work, right? And you got to score, why he didn't get the job done.
So much to discuss.
Nice soup.
Thank you. That desperately needed. A lot of things that were said, they were brilliant. I agree with a lot of a lot of what y'all said. The first thing I don't like is that the victors do write the story. Joy, you said this yesterday, and it is true. I don't like that it's true, but it is true. Because we keep saying at the beginning of the second half, the Niners went 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. What we are conveniently omitting is that at the beginning of the second half, the Chiefs, coached by the greatest coach ever, Andy Reid, went 3 and interception, 3 and out, field goal, 3 and out. So they went 3 and interception, 3 and out, 3 and out, field goal. Yeah. So if this is the greatest coach ever, the greatest ever, the greatest mind ever, with the greatest quarterback ever, he went 3 and out. Yeah. No, he went 3 in interception, excuse me. Sorry, he didn't go 3 and out. He went 3 in turnover, 3 and out, 8 play drive, field goal, 3 and out. So the great chasm between Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan, even at Kyle Shanahan's worst, because the worst part of Kyle Shanahan's game was the start of the second half. And Andy Reid at the start of the second half wasn't that much better. Now, let me address Aiyuk. I agree with Aiyuk. Like Shady said, if I'm Aiyuk, I'm feel some type of way. But who is the best player on the Niners offense?
McCaffrey.
Resounding Christian McCaffrey. He got 30 touches out of 70 offensive plays. If I had to get the ball to McCaffrey or Aiyuk, I'm going McCaffrey. McCaffrey or Kittle, I'm going McCaffrey. McCaffrey or Debo, I'm going McCaffrey. Now, to your point, James, eventually you got to get guys in the game early. You got to get guys involved.
40 other plays.
No doubt about it. Yeah. But if you're an all-pro, I would hope that you're not going to check out when you don't get the rock early. Because what I've also conveniently omitted up until this point in my take, Aiyuk only had 3 catches, playoff game 1 against the Packers. He only had 3 catches, playoff game 2 against the Lions, and he only had 3 catches in the Super Bowl. So where were the eye emojis then? They didn't exist because y'all were winning. Now, Acho, he only had 3 catches, but what about the targets? 6 targets versus the Lions, 8 targets versus the Packers, 6 targets in the Super Bowl. Where were the eye emojis then? So when in doubt, get the ball to McCaffrey. That's what Shanahan did. Hall of Fame coach said before, ride with the horse that brung you. Who was the offensive player of the year? Was it Debo Samuel? It wasn't. Was it Aiyuk? It wasn't. Was it Jennings? It wasn't. Was it Kittle? It wasn't. It was Christian McCaffrey. He got 30 touches out of 70 offensive plays. I won't complain about that because the last thing I will say is this. After the Niners lost to the Ravens, what did we come on air and say outside of Brock Purdy? Man, they should have got the ball to McCaffrey more. McCaffrey had 20 touches that game. And I came on air and said, bruh, how much more y'all want them to give the ball to McCaffrey? And I heard at this desk and by the nation at large, they should have got the ball to McCaffrey more. They got the ball to McCaffrey more. Yeah. And now we're complaining that they didn't get the ball to other people more.
Well, then whose fault is it they lost?
That's a good question. I genuinely, I was thinking about it the last 48 hours. I don't have a good answer. Because I'm like,
it's got to be somebody's fault they lost.
This is, to me, is where I go and say, the Chiefs played better. I believe the Niners beat any team on the football field that day, not named the Chiefs. They lost by 5 yards.
We don't know that. We don't know that. We can't play that scenario out. It sounds good, but we'll never know that.
We won't. But if the Chiefs are the best team in football,
they're not.
Oh, you're not? Well, they won the Super Bowl, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I'm saying like that. Not the most talented team, okay. But if the Chiefs are the best team in football because they won the Super Bowl, and the Niners took the best team in football into 5 quarters of football, quite literally 7 seconds away, I believe the Niners would have beat anybody not named the best team in football.
That's just a belief, though. Like, we're talking about the actual game that was actually played against the actual Chiefs on Sunday. Why did they lose that game? And then 3 and out, the section that we keep talking about.
That's right.
The 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Who cares what the Chiefs did? Because the Chiefs are like that and came back and won the game. Correct. So how great Andy Reid is that he can have that stretch and overcome that. So the question is, why can't Kyle Shanahan do that? Why did Kyle Shanahan and the Niners team not do that? There has to be an answer to that question.
Well, the reason I bring up Andy Reid's 3 and outs, like I bring up Shanahan's 3 and outs, is to say that over the course of a game, if you're playing really good football and really good football teams, it'll happen. Niners, I think, are the number 3 defense in football. Chiefs, I think, are like the number 2 or number 4 defense in football. So you're going to get 3 and outs. That's the only reason I bring that up. Why did they lose? If I had to give it to one thing, I would say because the ball went off the punter's heel. Because if the ball doesn't go off the punter's heel, the Chiefs do not score in regulation. The only time they ever scored in regulation was was a 16-yard play when it went off the punter's heel. To your point, James Jones, of Shanahan, you didn't see him design anything up. He did. Did they execute it? No, not even that joint. Remember, Deebo Samuel, end zone. Brock Purdy overthrows it because Chris Jones is screaming down his face. To me, beautifully executed. You're at the high red zone. You take a shot. You have Deebo. He's wide open, and you miss it.
I understand what you're saying, but we cannot give credit for a great play call if it's not executed.
Yeah,
like that's like saying, man, that's a great play call that he designed for Jimmy G.
That's a great route, but
it was not executed. So for me,
I feel that.
Like, it's more to it.
But okay, let me ask you
We ain't even talking about the decision he made in overtime.
Let me ask you all
before we go to that though. So let's go back to the 3 and outs from both coaches.
Yep.
One offense is way better than the other one, right?
Yes, they have a lot more talent than the other one.
So it's like I can't grade them.
They've been dang near the best offense in football.
No, they absolutely have a lot more talent.
But I can't even
production.
I can't grade them on the same scale because not one receiver had 1,000 yards for the Chiefs, right? Not a 1,000-yard rusher. Am I making it? I can't make this.
No, sir, not making
it.
So
on the other side of the ball, they got 1,000-yard receivers. They got all pro receiver, right?
An all pro tight end.
All pro tight end, 1,000 yards, and then you got
player of the year.
So how are we even though? You got way more talent than we do.
My question is this, because what I don't like is when people criticize something without offering me an alternative. Criticize it all you want, but offer the alternative. Okay, Aiyuk wanted more touches. Kittle wanted more touches. Here's my question. Where are you taking them from? Take them from Deebo. That's your only right answer, is to take some of Deebo's 11 targets and disperse those around. You can't take them from McCaffrey.
You can't. But
you can't take them from McCaffrey.
But the best part about I play on an offense where we had so many dogs, you pick your day. The Chiefs don't have that luxury of that. They got to go Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes doing his magic, right? So you look at the Niners, they have everything they need. If Deebo's not working, cool, no panic. We got another all-pro receiver. Whoa, if the all-pro receiver ain't working out, cool. We got an all-pro tight end. Hold on. If he's not working out, we got an all-pro offense player of the year running back. You have so many options. What is your excuse for not producing?
There is no excuse. But the rationale is like, I won't punish Shanahan for giving McCaffrey in the last game of the season. You gave your best player, the best offensive player in football, not my opinion, not Shady's, not Joy's, not James's, but 50 voters said that Christian McCaffrey was the best offensive player.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.